to recap my 3 days with a slave that I met through Twitter. So I was trying to formulate my business plan as a mistress last year from November to December. And I started posting on Twitter more about my sessions, about my day-to-day, what I'm thinking, new kink ideas that I found out about, news, and pictures. And along came this guy who added me to his following. He presented himself in a haiku, and I may have mentioned him before, but I actually met him for the first time this past week. He took a mini vacation for 3 days and came to LA from DC, and we had a ball. Every day we met up and had a different sort of interaction. We didn't even play at all. This was just kind of a meet and greet in the flesh. So the first night we had dinner, and it was casual. I got to know a little bit about him and his backstory, where he's from originally, the things he liked to do, how he grew up, etc. And then the second day, we went horseback riding, which I haven't done since I was a child. But, you know, he rides English 2 to 3 times a week and brought it up. And I was like, sure, I haven't gone for a while. So we went for about 90 minutes in the Calabasas area, and I highly recommend it. It's beautiful, really hot during the daytime, so be careful. But they do off sunset rides and even full moon rides. It was a great time. We were there with a couple, and it was a guided tour. We didn't really talk much. We kind of connected more with our animals and our horses that day, but it was very awesome just being out in nature and doing non-kink things, but still having the relationship be a mistress-slave type. And then afterwards we went to my favorite sushi place, and I got to give him a little taste of the, fish here, and he really enjoyed it. And it was basically conversational. The final day we went to a runner's circle, and they gave me 3 options for a pair of shoes. I went in a little jog down the street with each of them, and that was a gift on top of everything else that DS, my slave, kind of tributed to me this entire week. So it was his vacation. He took time off of work and came and saw me because he was dedicated and wanted to actually meet me in person. And we just had fun. I'm not always about fetishes, even though I love certain types of play and certain toys and certain means of bondage, but it doesn't always have to be that. I also really enjoy adventuring out. I love the outdoors. I love hiking and just being out in nature. I feel like feeds a spiritual side that another person can't necessarily fulfill, but when you combine the two, that's what makes it even more holistic. So I just wanted to rave about this experience. Always be careful, verify who you're meeting. I had 2 other DOMs vouch for this person before I even started, communicating heavily with him. And then, throughout our 3 to 4 months of just interacting online and him showing his dedication, because there's a million dominants out there and much more insta-doms out there. And for me, the dedication of having a slave really try to put his best every day, even though things might not be working well for him, in the real world, and they're able to share that with their struggles with you and have you fulfill their kind of attention needs and make them feel better as a person. I feel like that's the best type of relationship that you can have, and it surpasses distance and time and anything else that you would think that impedes physical capabilities. In our case, like, we might have touched physically maybe twice in our meeting, but being in each other's presence was enough. And that's specific to this type of relationship with DS as my slave and as his own person. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage people to kind of do activities outside of kink and be open to sharing a meal, day-to-day things, especially if they are your slave. Dominants, submissives are fun, you know, that you can play with them whenever. They'll be dedicated to you. But I feel like once they start becoming incorporated into your daily lives, have fun with them. Go do things that you normally do by yourself or with your friends, because this type of relationship is unique, and more things will come about as you're going along the day and getting to know them more and how they react towards people. You know, I recently read that male puppies will let female puppies win at playing sometimes just to see how they react, to get to know them better. And I feel like you kind of have to do that with your submissives and your slaves, is see how they react, put them into situations outside of kink to kind of inspire them to react differently. And I get a kick out of it. I love doing that because their reaction is very rewarding for me, and obviously my reaction to them is rewarding to them. So it's a very mutual relationship. So that's all for today. I would love to hear feedback from any of your experiences down below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my links below, and I'll catch you next time. Be safe and have fun.